Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon White. This is episode number 59, and in this episode, we're tracking down yet another Team Plasma Sage here in the cold storage in Driftfield City. This one is Zinzolin. Alright, I've got time enough to satisfy your curiosity. Oh, the pacing. Breathing. Having a heart that beats. That is simple existence and nothing more for a living being. Okay. That may be the definition of living, but I don't think that defines life. This is so deep, it's crazy. The experiences of joy and suffering are a vital part of being alive. Getsus gave me the sensation of being truly alive. What did he mean to accomplish? It sounds like he's describing his lover, kind of, which is kind of creepy. Right now, I'm shivering, I'm suffering, but I'm alive. Well, that's just wonderful. Pokemon and people live by being together and relying on one another. That might be how you feel. If that's so, is it necessary to separate people and Pokemon? By talking to you, I've discovered that there's much I need to think about. All you did was talk to yourself, my friend. That's all you did. I did not contribute to this at all. But he's going to give you TM01, which is Hone Claws. It increases attack and accuracy at the same time, so it's actually pretty useful. Especially when you want to follow up with a move like Stone Edge or something that doesn't have the best accuracy. Alright, so now what are you saying? Pokemon can aspire to perfection. And it's time for Looker to infiltrate the scene. And he says the same old thing that he always says because he's Looker. He doesn't need to change his outlook on anything, nor does he have to change his dialogue. It's too cold and I'm already tired of shivering in here. I guess that means you're going to go with him? If you'll give me some time to think, I'll tell you what I know. So, take me with you. Thanks many times over. Now Getsus notwithstanding, there yet remains 3 of the stages. Okay, well, I guess we're doing alright. Sort of. Okay, so let's get out of this place because there's nothing else in here for us. No items to get, no new areas to explore. Yeah, pretty much a bummer. But we did get a pretty useful TM in Hone Claws. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it's a pretty cool move. Okay, so the next sage that we're going to be looking for is going to be in the Desert Resort. So we're going to be flying out to Nimbassa City so that we can head on down there. It's off of Route 4 if you remember. And we should be able to get to that sage in this episode as well. So we'll get 2 done in one episode this time, which just hasn't worked out the last couple episodes because, I don't know. The Dream Yard, for one, just takes too long because there's so many trainers. This area that we're going to be going to, it kind of takes a while to get through, but there's not the overabundance of trainers like there are in the Dream Yard, so we'll see. Alright, I should probably get out my max repels here. Where are they? They're always down in the middle of nowhere. Okay, we'll use that. That way we don't get attacked by like level 15 Sandiles, because I'm really not in the mood for that. Not at all. So I guess you can use the doctor if you need to, but you should be fully healed at this point. And head on over to where these statues are, and oh my goodness, look, it is Professor Juniper. What are you doing here? Hi there, Cult Nation. I heard about these Pokemon statues and I came to look into their origins. And I guess you found something. I've learned that each of these Pokemon statues is actually a real Pokemon. It's called Darmanitan. It's sleeping, so it's become like a stone. Yes, it's in its altered form. When I quickly measured how long they've existed, it was amazing, around 2,500 years. Seems like they went to sleep that long ago. That means they've been here since before this place was in ruins, when the Relic Castle was flourishing. Perhaps they were guarding the city. Maybe. These Pokemon, they are either in a state of hibernation or meditation, so if we wake them, they will become active once again. And the item that wakes up Darmanitan is actually the Rage Candy Bar, which is a delicacy from, I was about to say Hoenn, but it's actually Johto. And she's going to give us one. Well, I'm headed back to the Pokemon Research Lab. See ya. So you can use one on these Darmanitans. I guess on one of these Darmanitans. And battle it if you want to. You can capture it. It has its alternate Dream World ability, Zen mode. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not interested in that. It's not really essential to anything, doesn't contribute to any storyline, and it's really not even that cool because Zen mode is kind of bad, honestly, on a Darmanitan, so I'm not going to worry about it. So we're just going to be taking the same path that we took the last time that we were here, and that will take us right to where we need to go. There's actually a new area that is now open to us that was not open before, and that's going to lead us right to where we need to be. So go ahead down this sand pit, just like old times. Feels like just yesterday we were here. Alright, once we drop into the bottom, you'll see that there is a little door over here that we can now go into, and here's the new area, and there's a Team Plasma Grunt who's gonna run away from us, so we're gonna chase him because that's the most logical thing to do. And he's gonna run away again. Arrgh! Oh, just kidding, he's not running away. He's battling us this time. I guess he figured that he can't outrun us. He's got one Pokemon, and it's actually pretty strong. It is a Crocodile at level 64, which actually is higher than the Crocodile that we fought at the Elite Four, mind you, so that's kind of crazy. It doesn't have Intimidate, so it must have Moxie, which is actually good for us because I'm going to hope that it doesn't kill anybody on my team. It goes for Sandstorm there, which is stupid considering I have Archeops out, and I'm able to take him out with an Acrobatics and then a Dragon Claw afterwards. So that was kind of a poor play on your part there. Ryuku of the Seven Sages is looking for a Pokemon inside the Relic Castle. I was his lookout so he wouldn't be interrupted. Stupid, stupid, stupid me, plus weak. And did I mention stupid? Yeah, he said that. And he just called himself a nincompoop, and I think that's pretty hilarious. Okay, so this part is actually a little bit of a maze. It's not like a full-blown maze or anything, but it's just a bunch of rooms that look similar, with no real way to tell them apart, and there's usually only one option to go to, and that's the right path to lead you to this room here. And this is where we will meet the next sage. And I don't remember if you have to battle anyone here, so I'm just going to make sure I was okay. I was planning to catch the Pokemon called Volcarona that lives in this Relic Castle and present it to Getsus. The Shadow Triad said that Getsus has gone somewhere, right? I guess so. Oh, you're going to start pacing too. Awesome. The Seven Sages, we always said we were complete when the seven of us were together. Now I don't know the meaning of those words anymore. I guess I don't mind, even if we were being used, but the dream is over. I guess it is. I no longer need this. Getsus gave it to me, but I have no use for it. TM04, which is Calm Mind, something that's actually very good for competitive battles, and I'm going to disregard everything else that he's saying because he says nothing important at this point. The one thing I am going to go into is the fact that through that door there, you can battle Volcarona, which is not a legendary. It is a bug and fire type. It's kind of similar to battling Musharna, except this thing's at level 70, so don't just walk in there and think you're going to battle it and catch it and all that stuff, unless you're sufficiently trained. So, yes, I would keep that in mind. I'm not going to do that right now because I am nowhere near where I need to be able to take Volcarona on seriously. And, I mean, he's not a legendary, so I'll show you where he is, but I'm not going to be capturing him. There he is. Cool beans. So, that's that. And we're going to be passing on that. The other stationary Pokemon that is available to us, we are going to be capturing, and we'll be doing that much later on, probably one of the last episodes that we do. So, yeah. Now to get out of here. Because there is actually one more thing that I want to get while we're in here. And I'm pretty sure it's this way, although I'm not positive. It's also a pretty decent, that makes sense. A pretty decent / pretty good place to train as well. In that room where we met the Sage, the only Pokemon that is found in that room is Claydol, and it's in the mid-50s, I think, as far as levels go, all the time. So if you have someone that knows a move that's good on Claydol, you can rack up some pretty decent experience with the Lucky Egg and such. Alright, moving on. Use the max repel as we're going up these stairs because I do not want to get attacked. And this is what I came for. TM26, probably one of the most valuable TMs in the entire game, Earthquake. And you can be sure that I'm going to be teaching that to my Seismitoad and getting rid of Bulldoze finally. Alright, so now that we're back outside, let's go ahead and fly back to Nimbassa City. Get out of this freaking desert. Feels like we've been there forever, even though it wasn't even for 10 minutes, literally. So, our next move, conveniently, is right by Nimbassa City. We're going to be going to the east because this was an area, again, that was not accessible to us before beating the Elite Four, so this is what we're going to be doing. Let's talk to this dude. Oh yeah, he gave us the Macho Brace a long time ago. Now, of course, we were on this route already. This is Route 16. This is the part that wasn't accessible to us. It was the bridge and everything beyond it that was not accessible to us. So, now that I think this is the Marvelous Bridge, by the way, but now that we can go through here, we're going to be taking this all the way over to White Forest, and that's where we will end this episode. So, without further ado, let's cross the Marvelous Bridge. And it is pretty marvelous. It's an awesome bridge. You can also get the wings here that are fluttering down in the shadows. You also can battle wild Pokemon here, although I believe the only Pokemon that appears here is Swanna. So this is another good area to train, especially if you have an electric type Pokemon, to take out Swanna because it's water and flying type. This guy will sell you a Magikarp, and this is actually a really good deal for only $500. So I honestly would take it because, in fact, I don't even know if you can catch a Magikarp anywhere else in this game. So that might just be the only way. It's the Shadow Triad. So he's going to tell us that, well, not he, they are going to tell us that Getsus apparently has escaped somewhere and has gone off to hiding somewhere. Also, Getsus said to give you this, and he's going to give us the Adamant Orb, as well as this, the Lustrous Orb, and let me guess, the Grisius Orb. Yep, that's next. So the Grisius Orb is what changes Giratina's form. It also increases the power of Ghost and Dragon-type moves. The Lustrous Stone and crap, I forget the name of the other one already. I don't know what the hell it's called. But anyway, the other two are for Dialga and Palkia, respectively. So there's that. Of course, you can't capture them in this game, so that doesn't really do you any good. That's only if you were to trade them over, which, of course, I am not going to do, so that's not something that concerns me. Whoa, she just disappeared. Huh? What? Did she just disappear? Yeah, she did. And it was freaking creepy. Yo. I don't know what that was all about. Let's talk to this lady. Nothing interesting. Okay. Let's talk to you. I want to research triple battles. Okay, so I guess that's what we're doing. A triple battle. Why not? Could use the experience. Ace Trainer, I think her name was Belinda. So, oh crap, these Pokemon are at high levels. Okay, they're all at level 65. And, oh, this isn't a triple battle, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. I couldn't even tell if it was a rotation battle or a triple battle. It looked kind of like a... whatever. No, it is a rotation battle. Okay, there we go. I was just so confused. Okay, my bad on that one. I am retarded sometimes. Okay, so he switched over to Beheeyem, and now she's switching back to Alomomola, which I don't understand because it takes the Leaf Blade now, which is super effective. After getting hit by 2 Leaf Blades, it pretty much still has, what, a third of its HP left? That's ridiculous. So we'll kill it now after this third strike. But man, Alomomola is so annoying. It really is. it is beyond tanky. So that leaves Behem and Kling Klang. Kling Klang is going to go to the front now. And I don't think I ever explained, actually, rotation battles. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much just what you're watching here. You can choose to rotate your Pokemon around, but only the one that's in the front, so to speak, is the one that can attack. Which I guess is pretty cool. And it doesn't actually waste your turn to switch, so you can switch and attack on the same turn, which makes for some interesting strategies, but it's also kind of unfair. So I can switch over to Chandelure and get a Fire Blast off on this Kling Klang, which is a pure Steel type, so it's going to be super effective, and that kills him, even though I was like 10 levels lower, and by like 10 levels lower, I mean 10 levels lower. Superior goes up to level 54 because of that. And now it's just Behem left with Chandelure, and we all know who's going to win that battle. Chandelure is going to destroy him with a Shadow Ball, and that's going to be it for this battle. Chandelure is also going to grow up to level 56 as a result, and that does it for, I think it was Glinda. I didn't catch if it was Glinda or Ginda, but it doesn't matter, she still lost. Okay, well, it looks like we're not going to get to White Forest after all. I think I'm going to stop here on Route 15. And next time we'll battle around and work our way through the route. You can also get a Rotom from this girl here if you trade her a Ditto, so I guess that's pretty cool. You can get Ditto in the Giant Chasm, by the way, which is a place that we will be visiting later on. But we're going to stop here, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for episode number 60. Game on!